Zambia's consumer inflation slowed to 7% on a year-on-year basis in January from 7.3% last month. The Southern African country recorded a trade surplus of 135 million in December. That's up from 112 million the previous month. Let's delve into the Zambian space right now. Joining us from Zambia to take a look at what's driving the economy. We've got Yusuf Dodia, the chairman of the Private Sector Development Association of Zambia, joining us on the lines. Yusuf, it's great to have you with us. So firstly, let's kick off with those inflation numbers, because a drop back in inflation, but what are your thoughts right now on inflationary pressures in the country?
Well, it's very interesting because Zambia, as you know, has been going through a rebasing exercise where on the 1st of January 2013, we knocked off 3 zeros from our currency value, and we now look at something like 5 kwacha to $1 from a previous 5,000 kwacha to $1. And interestingly enough, we see that our inflation figures have actually dropped by 0.2% in the month of January, in which this exercise is taking place. Mm-hmm. Of course, the challenges that we have in Zambia is that we are relying on the good copper prices that keep the economy afloat, because that is Zambia's major export. And it's something that we need to think very carefully about, because these sort of bubbles tend to have a lifespan of a couple of years before they burst. Mm-hmm. And Zambia is now looking very, very strategically on how we can use this year's United Nations World Tourism Organization General Assembly to springboard tourism in Zambia, to make sure that tourism is not only about the Victoria Falls, but about the various other tourism products that are in the country. Mm-hmm. And this is a diversification attempt away from copper exports, which Zambia sees a great potential in. Yeah. Further to that, Zambia is a country that's also been blessed with about 5 years of good food harvest in maize, soybean, and wheat. And the challenge this year is to really get that grain production into the processing mode, where we get investment in that's going to convert a lot of that primary agriculture product into processed products that have a longer shelf life, add to food security, and in fact, in terms of income, will actually multiply the income in the agriculture industry. Yeah. So I think we're looking to good things in 2013.
Well, that certainly is a positive development there. Of course, diversification away from reliance on the mining sector. Let's talk about salaries, because that, of course, is one of the key focuses for Michael Sata right now, is making sure that everyone shares in the wealth of the country. If you've got inflation sitting at around 7% right now, I mean, what are salary expectations, and what type of salary increases have you seen in the economy so far?
Well, I think the honeymoon was very much last year. Last year was the first year of the PF government in office, and there were a lot of election promises that needed to be met, and part of them were salaries. And government had actually rolled out a statutory instrument that compelled certain categories of workers to get specific levels of salaries, which were probably 2 times 50% more than what they were earning in previous years. So that particular honeymoon phase is now over. Now we're looking at a phase where we're looking at paying salaries commensurate with productivity. Mm-hmm. And the country's focus is on productivity. So if we get companies and institutions that are actually becoming more productive, they will automatically result in better salaries. Yeah. There's big opportunity in the country. It's really a question of unlocking it.